All right, Shalom. First and foremost, all praises and glories unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Harachakodash. The belong to our apostles, the bishops, the elders of the great millstone who teach God and rule well. And greetings, salutations, blessings, much love unto you. Hopeful elect, Shalom unto you. Your brother Shaquat, quick video. It should be straight to the point. And it's just about, matter of fact, let me start with a precept. And wow, these were the ones, but I got another one from Numbers. In fact, it's in Judges 5 and 11, right? It says, they that are delivered from the noise of archers, right? And that's what we're hoping to do, okay? We're looking to be delivered from the noise of archers. What's the archers? What's the arrows of those archers? It's the missiles. Who are those archers? All those countries that's going to shoot on this place, Babylon the Great, a.k.a. USA, all right, that in World War III, okay? It says, in the place of drawing water, there they shall rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. And that's the thing. Okay, and that's the thing that this video is about. Us rehearsing these righteous acts, all right, is set up for us to be examples onto the next man. Okay? Some of us that have been in this thing a little bit longer, that may be a little older or whatever the case may be, if you have more experience in life, so you can give the younger men guidance and wisdom. All right? Matter of fact, bear with me. 1 Timothy chapter 4. Let me see. Okay, yeah. Let's start up at verse 9. And this is just a good chapter written to Timothy. But verse 9 says, this is a faithful saying and worthy of all acceptation, right? Therefore we both labor and suffer reproach, because we trust in the living power, Yahweh, right? Who is the Savior of all men, especially those that believe. These things command and teach, right? Let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example unto the believers. And this is what we have to do, man. When we rehearse these righteous acts, we have to be examples unto the younger men. We have to show them, hey, you know what? This is how you keep this. I keep this way. This is what my elders or this is what this taught me. This is what this brother taught me over, whatever experience you have. I learned that through trying and, trial and error. This is how I keep that now. In the world, I used to do this, but this is how I do that now. Okay? One thing that if you're not doing this and you call yourself in this truth, you should already be reading labels, okay, on your food. You should already be into those nutrition facts and all of that and ingredients. All right? Checking on those things. All right? That's just one small something. All right? Anyway, just something that came to mind as an example. Anyway, it says, let no man despise thy youth, but be thou an example of the believers in word, in conversation, in charity, in spirit, in faith, in purity. Okay? We should probably go on the blue letter real quick and check those words out. I'm sure they're going to coincide with this other word. Okay, this is 1 Timothy 4, right? Let's see some of these words. Example, typos. I don't know how they, tupos. Okay, the mark or a stroke or blow print formed by a blow or impression. Yeah, so we're supposed to be making an impression on each other, man. We're supposed to be making an impression, to the younger men in this thing, whether you're just younger from the world or more so younger in understanding. It's not about age of wisdom and gray hairs, man. It's about a spiritual age, okay? And it don't matter how long you've been in, it's about your spiritual maturity, your understanding. Scripture say with all that getting, get understanding. So when we get this understanding, this is when we pass it on. Not just what the word says and how to break it down, but also how to understand how to apply it to your daily life. Okay, it says in the figure or image, in the image of God. So, okay, a form, the teaching which embodies the sum and substance of religion and represents it to the mind, yet manner of writing, the contents and form of a letter. An example, here's where it goes. In a technical sense, the pattern in conformity to which a thing must be made. Okay? We follow the godly man. We attend unto the godly man. Okay, and he let's see, right? Okay, I was looking for something particular, but this I can't deny. I must read it. And for you that catch it, you know who this is, who came to mind. But that the point relates to this guy as well as relates to us for those that aren't doing it, but it relates for us that are doing it as well, right? Verse 10, this is Wisdom of Solomon 3:10. But the ungodly shall be punished according to their own imaginations, which have neglected the righteous and forsaken the Lord Yahweh. Verse 11, here's the point. For whoso despises wisdom and nurture, he is miserable, and their hope is vain, their labors unfruitful, and their works unprofitable. Okay? This is something that you got to be aware of and cautious of. Okay? There's certain men out there that despise the nurture, and a lot of you other groups, man, you guys despise the nurture that the Great Millstone is given through the Holy Spirit, man. It's really nurture. We do all of these videos to edify you, to get you on the level, to give you the breakdown, to give you the understanding, so your faith may be whole, man. Okay? So we can seal the elect. Not because we up here thinking we this and we that. It ain't about us. But the word is written from a authoritative standpoint. Okay? So you despise the wisdom. It's just not smart to do certain things. All things are lawful, but not all things expedient. Sometimes it's just not wise to do certain things. Okay? And we try to put that in perspective of the big picture, right? It says, he is miserable. And you see a lot of guys out there that's looking for their own vainglory, looking for their own self-approval, looking, whatever it is that they're truly, money, whatever the case is, that makes them feel better by accomplishing attention, all these other different things. You see that they got to be miserable on the inside, man. But when you look at a man of the Lord that see these scriptures, and they believe and they hope and they have faith, and they're exercising that faith through their works, and they're trying to live this to live these scriptures to the best of their ability. Hey, man, it's a different look in a man like that. So yeah, we're most miserable, but we also rejoice. Okay, we're miserable because our carnal lives suck, man. But our spiritual lives are thriving, man. It's a piece of us that makes it all worthwhile, man. Coming, getting a breakdown, hearing something delivered in another level of understanding given unto you. You seeing the prophecies come to pass. You see certain situations play out, and you're like, man, I love it. This is what I was made for. Okay, that's how we feel about this thing. Okay, well, other guys, they need to make that money. They need to be getting this. They need to be buying that land. We need to get an Israelite school. I need to go in here and debate these guys or that guys. Carnal. I got to Edomite to kiss my boot. Yeah, we were young and did all that, but we were nurtured through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahshua, through our apostles and elders, and they put us where we should be in maturity. All right? But they were first examples unto us. Okay, which is the point. They were first examples unto us, which their example was part of the nurturing. Okay?
Here's the definition of nurture. Care for and encourage the growth or development of.
There it is. Care for or encourage the growth or development of. Okay? Process of caring for and encouraging the growth or development of someone or something. We care about the growth and development of the body. Of the temple, the third temple. What's the third temple? The people, the believers. Okay, we care about that, the growth of the church. Okay, the growth of the temple, that they were working at a certain pace to get this thing done. Okay? Not just to rush and be getting it done, but we want it done right. Because Yahweh Hashem Yahushai demands that we do it right. They demand that it's done the right way. And there's specific ways to do it. You can't be adding in your own ingredients, man. Okay? Oh, I think if I mix mortar, and I'm using mortar as a analogy, if I mix in my own understanding, my own belief in this, if I believe flat earth, then I can mix that in. If I believe in that there's a place called hell, in this place people's souls are down there tempted forever, or whatever the case may be, man, you mixing your own thing, and that ain't gonna stick, that ain't gonna work, that ain't gonna last. Okay? This has specific song, a specific lyrics, specific recipe, okay? Specific protocols that this has to follow for you to get on a level, man, to receive salvation. All right? Encouragement, promotion. Let's see what else it's saying here. Bring up, provide for, care for. I got one. Proverbs 27:23. Be thou diligent to know the state of thy flock, and look well to thy herds. What are you looking well to the herd for? Who's the herd? The followers, the believers. Okay, what are you looking? The church, the branch of the church you're in. And what are you looking for? You're making sure growth is happening at the proper pace. If you see that a brother, maybe his understanding on something is holding back other breakdowns. Maybe his conduct is being held. So you got to be like, hey, bro, if you come early, start coming early, and then I'll break this down for you. We'll start going over this. We'll start doing that. You got to really look to the estate of each man, of each brick, okay, of the overall body, which is important. Sometimes the guy may be just okay in the faith, but he's stagnant. Certain situations is coming up and whatever else, and he may be a bad example unto the flock. He believe, but he's not helping your church. He's not on the same guideline. So what do you have to do? You have to separate that man from the flock. Okay? Because sometimes they'll be walking, following the shepherd, and all of a sudden this one just wants to veer off a little bit. He veer off and take 3-4 sheep with him. Okay? So to keep that from happening, this one sheep, you got to have him in order, or you got to separate him from the flock. All right? And that was the point of that. All right, yeah, this is dragging on a little, not dragging, but Lord willing, it's edifying. This, the spirit moving a little bit. So, Wisdom of Solomon 4:1, better is it to have no children and to have virtue, for the memorial thereof is immortal, right? Because it is known of the Most High and with men, okay? Because your children are your memorial. They live on in your stead, especially your son, your eldest born son, but your sons do that for you. Okay, it says when it is present, men take example at it. Okay, when you have virtue. Okay, it says, and when it is gone, they desire it. Right, wear it a crown. It weareth the crown and triumph it forever. Have gotten the victory, striving for undefiled rewards. Okay, so this is the example we're setting for men. To be virtuous in what we do, and to basically stand on that, on this belief. Okay, have some integrity. Okay, and sometimes you don't know how that, you never had those examples, and as bad as our people have been under these curses and in bad situations, it's not always the best examples out there that we have. So looking upon another fellow believer, okay, that's the example sometimes you have to take. Okay, that hey, let me watch this, bro. Let me ask this brother how I do this. Let me ask this elder how I do this. Let me ask, so on and so forth. All right. That was that point. Back in Judges 5, I just want to make sure I have finished this one off. It was Judges 5:11. They that are delivered from the noise of archers, right, in the places of drawing water, there they shall rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord Yahweh. even the righteous acts toward the inhabitants of his village in Israel. Okay? Then shall the people of the Lord go down to the gates, right? But the point was rehearsing the righteous acts of the Lord before the people. Okay? Okay, back in that word typos in 1 Timothy, the 4th chapter, it says, an example, A, says in the technical sense, the pattern in conformity, right, to which a thing must be made. B, in an ethical sense, a dissuasive example, a pattern of warning. Okay? And that's what we give. We give all of those examples. Hey, bro, watch out for this, hey, what it'll do is it'll lead you to this place. You know? Hey, I've seen other men go through that, and this is where they ended up. So beware of it and get away from those things. You know, being an example, it says an example to be imitated of men worthy of imitation. And that's one of the scriptures that I love to bring out. When you read the 2nd Ezra chapter 7, it says, fire on the left hand and water on the right, something to this effect, right? And only one path between, so narrow that only one man could go in at a time, right? Basically, you can't piggyback another man into the kingdom. But there are men ahead of you on that straight gate path, okay? That are walk before you. You're entering into others' labors, and that they already laid the path for you. Now you just got to build the path up for the men, for you and the men that's walking, around you, particularly behind you. Okay, that's what this thing is about. Helping the next guy out, setting it up for those to come after. You look at the way our whole conduct as far as men and in this church setup is, and our nation was set up with these statutes, laws, and commandments. It was always predicated on the next man. If you had, a bigger estate where you had more money and you had more assets, you had lamb and goats and different cattle and whatnot. The next family that may not have it, next door down the block or whatever, hey, break bread, invite them over and let them partake in the Passover with you, and then just make one big enough. If you got a baby one and then you got a big one, hey, use the big one for them to partake in as well. Okay, it was always set up, even from the fringes and the border of blue. When you see that, it's like, okay, so it's not for us to remember, but it's for the next man to look upon us and remember, I'm supposed to be keeping these statutes, laws, and commandments, and looking at them fringes. Oh, and that border of blue, that's the covenant we came into, so we got to make sure we keep this as best we can. Okay, by rehearsing the righteous acts, because that's not what saves you. And we are in a time of grace, but we still are examples unto good works and unto our examples of our faith. Okay, it says of ruinous events which serve as admonitions or warnings to others. That reminds me of 2nd Ezra 16:19. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Okay, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Okay, these are set up for scourges of amendment. What is amendment? Correction. The example is, if you don't do this, man, it's going to correct you and put you back on the right path. But it sucks. Okay, but that no less, you should be happy. If a brother cuss you out, you should be happy. The brother loves you enough to tell you the truth and to get you back on the right path. I was watching that Club Shay Shay with Monique and Shannon Sharp, right? And she was saying, if you tell me something, I feel it's my, and it's bad. I feel like it's my obligation, and it's about another person. I feel it's my obligation to tell that person unless you do. I have to. I can't leave that on your conscience. If you wrong somebody and you don't go make it right, I have to set it in motion to make it right. Okay, and certain little details like that, it ain't about being a talebearer. Some things you got to look at the big picture, but that's not wise. I don't want to start no shit between this and that. But sometimes you got to get out there and be like, you know what? I think it's important. You better tell them something, because if not, I'm going to tell them. You told me, now you're going to burden me with holiness, and this person is thinking this, and that, but you already got the understanding. And man, no, I got to let them in on it. I got to let them know, because this could be dangerous for them. They can get hurt or come up short or not, they're supposed to be able to benefit or whatever the case may be. They need to know that info. All right. And that's how our nation has always been and supposed to be with one another. All right. Plenty of scriptures on those topics. Okay. Romans 3 verse 31. Okay. It says, do we then make void the law through faith? Yahweh forbid, but we establish the law. Right. Romans 6:1. What shall we say then? Shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? Yahweh forbid. How shall we that are dead to sin, which sin is breaking of the law, right? Not rehearsing the righteous acts, right? Live any longer therein. We can't live like that. We have to be examples unto the next man. And Wisdom of Solomon, the 6th chapter, tells us the keeping of her laws is the assurance of incorruption. And then corruption make us nearer unto Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. So that's an example that we want. We want the Holy Spirit to be flowing in us. We want to feel good and energized about going out to teach this thing. We don't want to be all humdrum down on our luck. Okay, when it says, and in that chapter it said, not this one, but it says, bodily exercise profited little, right? Yeah, but guess what? Now you at camp all day and your body ain't hurting. Standing on that concrete, yeah, it hurt, but you can endure it. Yeah, now you're at work and you're not all beat down all week. Okay, there's certain little benefits to it, but certain brothers are examples unto that. Some other brothers, myself, not in the best case now, health wise, but are examples unto, this is what you don't do. Don't do the things that I've done. Don't live the way that I've lived. Have more discipline. Have more willpower. Okay. Change and make the changes and stick to them, man. See them through. Okay. All right. So let's jump into these other precepts. Matter of fact, no, I got Timothy still. Okay. Back in Timothy, it says, an example to be imitated of men worthy of imitation. Okay. As we look to our apostles for imitation, we look to our elder bishops as imitation. We look to our elders as imitation. Okay, those are men worthy. How do we know? We look at the spirit of Yahushua in them, and we follow that. Every man has their own personal soul that's in this chains of darkness, that's subject to sin. But but there's a piece of us that's not subject to sin, that we fight. That spirit fights with our personal spirits, man. Our soul, it fights in our soul for us, man. Okay, that's who's making intercession for us. That's putting in prayers that our words can't utter ourselves. Okay, these things are important, and that's who we follow. When we see the next man do something righteous, be the righteous way with a brother or with you. Hey, man, those are the things we follow. Those are the things we look after. Those are the examples that we learn, and then we pass on to the next man. All right, that we may be whole in ourselves. Right, it says in a doctrinal sense, type of a type, i.e. a person or thing prefiguring a future messianic person or thing. All right, as we use Yahushua as that example, as it says there. All right, coming out of this, still in Timothy's, that was the word for example. Okay, conversation again. Here we go. And the strophe, okay? And the strophe, which is going to say in another precept, but this one says, manner of life, conduct, behavior, deportment is how you behave yourself. How you speak, okay? How you the example you're setting for the next person, whether it be your children, it be the next Israelite children out there, whether they know they're Israelites or not, whether it be the 2/3, whether they know you're Israelite or not, nobody should have evil report of you. Not unless it's, but you speaking that name of Yahweh Ba'ashim. They should be feeling like that. If they got any beef with you, It should be that they don't believe what you believe about the Most High and His only begotten Son. Okay? Let it be for that. Let it be not for nothing else. Scriptures say that you be not murderers and all of these other things and thieves. All there's a whole list of it. Okay? As you take the low, and even they see you taking the low, whether they can tell that you living a uptight life, so to speak. Whether they know or not, hey, it's none of their business. It's none of yours to be putting it out there for other people to give you sympathy or whatever else. Okay, that's not the point. This is part of this life. But that example is showing younger men how to live that life. Okay, that's how they do it. So when things go bad, when you're changed into a lower state, hey, let the next man see how you do that. And you doing all right? Oh, bro, I'm catching hell, bro. Yeah, this and that going on. What? Yeah, I'm kind of dealing with that myself. Yeah, well, this is how I've been getting through it. Matter of fact, this brother told me how he got through it, and it's been helping me. And what he does is he just reads more. He prays more. He may fast instead of saying, damn, I ain't got no food. Fuck it. I'm going to go into a fast and do that. I'm going to work out instead of dealing with this. If I'm broke, you know what? I can't afford to have a woman. I stop, I ain't looking for no woman no more. I ain't going out like that. I'm just trying to get into this Sophia, man, to this wisdom, trying to put all my time of leisure into this. Reading, studying, and you know what? When them other things are supposed to be added unto you, they do. Okay, if they need to. But for some men, they don't want that in their life. They don't need it in their life. Okay, they're examples of how to live it the most strict of ways. Some other men are able to lead an example of how to live it. I got to balance the family and mortgage, my bills. I got this going on. I got that going on. But I'm foremost in this truth, and I'm going to be an example unto you, brother, on how I juggle all of this. Okay? That was the word I was looking for. Let's see. Charity, agape. We should know that one. Every Christian knows that word. Agape, affection, goodwill, love, benevolence, brotherly love. Okay, it's a love feast. Anyway. All right. Basically, having, like, when brothers are around each other, that brotherly charity is one of them things, man, you can't touch. It's amazing, right? Agapeo, agapeo, whatever. I don't know. Brother read it earlier. Of persons to welcome, to entertain, to be fond of, to love dearly, of things to be well pleased, to be contented at or with a thing. Okay. Sorrow, moral sense, beloved, to love. All right. The different, saying to me, they got different entries with that, right? So that's hitting that point. I think that was what we needed out of there. Okay. Yeah, so let's go now. Now let's go back. All right, so your conduct was the word that we saw in conversation. Okay, which was your conduct. So it says it here also. I'll go straight to the point. 2 Peter 3:11. Seeing then that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? When you say it in this way, in all holy conduct and godliness. So your conduct has to be wholly separate from the wickedness of the world and in godliness. How do you know what's godliness? It's what the scriptures approve of. Okay? It says, looking and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, when he sends Yahweh Shai back, right? Wherein the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved. Them arrows, man. Okay? Them arrows coming, man. To hide you from them arrows. All right? And the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Right? That's how we should be. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. Okay? That's the example we should be setting. This brother's never down. He never moping. He's always cheerful. You ain't got to be joking all the time. You ain't got to be funny all the time to still be cheerful, to not be ho-hum, ho-drum. Okay? If that's your spirit to be that way, that's fine. But if it's, but don't forget that there's men looking up to you, and even according to your spirit, to be in good spirits. Who like to be around somebody that's always taking the energy from the room? But we love it when somebody comes in with good energy and willing to share and give that energy. Okay, those are the things. But why? Well, why do we have that? We have that because we got optimism, man. We got hope for the end of this thing. When all these perils are coming to pass, we got hope. So knowing all these bad things are happening, as it said in 2 Peter, the 3rd chapter, we still put off a good, positive example, okay, unto one another. Yeah, bro, I'm excited, man. The prophecies come to pass. Okay, this just happened. That just happened. Yeah, it's getting there. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. But you know what? What else we gonna do? What else we gonna follow? All right. Matter of fact, here we go. Matthew 5:14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. Okay, so whatever that is, man, that example, you got to let that light shine. And that light is Yahweh Shai in you. And that's what men should be looking toward. Looking for the example of Yahweh Shai within each brother. Okay, not looking for the faults of a brother. Okay, but looking unto his right ways. Yeah, there's things that you can set the example. Hey, bro, you can clean this up, by doing this and that, or approaching what you do this way or that way. Okay, we talk about all kinds of things in the brotherhood, man. We talk about all, relationship advice comes out. You know what I'm saying? Recipes, different conducts on certain interactions, man, all types of ways to deal with it. Man, my mama came to me talking some shit, man. I was about to cuss her out, bro. Don't you cuss your mama out. Matter of fact, just look at it this way. Don't matter of fact, just treat her like this, bro. Don't even let it trip. Sometimes demons hop on our family and they be trying to push our buttons. Just don't let it, bro. Don't give in to that. You be straight, bro. Sometimes it's just that. Sometimes you come and asking a question and you answering your question, basically confirming the right answer through another brother. Okay, a brother be like, yeah, bro, you know what to do. This is what I was gonna do. Okay, then, bro, do that, bro. Don't do this though. I know how it can go wrong. Don't do this. Okay, if you don't do this, you should be straight, bro. Don't even trip. The water, bro, the water. Okay? So let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. The water, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Glorify both of them. Okay? Let that light shine, bro. I'm not saying go out there and just, yeah, guess what? I'm an Israelite, and I know this, and I know that ain't that. The example doesn't have to be a vocal example. It should more so be a sightly example. Okay? They should be able to look on you and be like, man, he's doing something different. He got that beard on his face. He don't have a lineup. He ain't worried. He ain't looking at Big Booty Keisha all day. He take a glance like everybody. He ain't all chasing behind her. He over there just getting to his business. When break time come, he disappear. He come back with another brightness in his eye. And then when he leave, he be, peace out, bro. Be good. See you tomorrow, and bounce out, man. Take care of his business. I don't know what he's doing at home, but he looks like everything's all right with him, man. They should be thinking good things until they find out what you believe in. That's when they should be coming, oh, hell no, this nigga, whatever they may think about us. Okay? That's when they can form those opinions. But some of them gonna understand and be like, you know what? He's always been doing the right thing. I don't believe the things that I'm hearing about him. And he's always been this way. I've always seen this. Matter of fact, let me take a closer look at what they saying that he's into. What they saying, well, that is what the scriptures say. You got to give place for that to happen. Okay, but another one I'm thinking of. Matter of fact, let me grab this right quick. Colossians 4. I'll say it. I'll start at verse 3. Withal praying also for us that the Most High would open us a door of utterance to speak the mystery of Yahweh Shai, for which I am also in bonds, right? that I may make it manifest as I ought to speak. Right? So I'm on time and I'm flowing in the spirit and my wit is sharp, that I can speak this thing at the right level for the right understanding, for the right moment, right? It says, walk in wisdom toward them that are without, redeeming the time. Understand that the people are looking at you and what you're doing. Then they out there every week, all 7, 9, 10, 4, 8, whatever, how many, that guy, he's there every week, no matter what, rain, sleet, shine, snow, it doesn't matter. He's always there teaching. He's always on point teaching. There's people that will come up and ask just like, man, I see you guys been here for 3 years. What's going on down here? Oh, y'all hate white people? Oh, I'm out of here. But it ain't even that. No, we don't hate white people. We hate Edomites because God hates Edomites. And he told us why he hates Edomites, because they wicked. Being that type of an example also of how to speak with salt. Okay? So not every brother's eloquent. It's not about how he uses words. The words he used, but how he uses his words. Okay? There's a way to offend somebody, without assaulting them verbally. Okay? It's sometimes just reading the scripture will cut them so deep. There's nothing else that needs to be said. Your own personal thoughts and opinion and words don't have to be there. The perfect words are put together through the Holy Spirit in the scriptures. Okay? Anyway, it says, walk in wisdom toward them that are without, redeeming the time. Let your speech be always with grace. Right? What is that? With a door of openness to the person. Okay, with some leeway. Okay, as we're under grace, we got to be able to give grace. And there's different types of grace. Let's read it. Let's go get the Google.
Here's the definition of grace. Simple elegance or refinement of movement.
There you go. Refined speech. And the best refining of your speech is to use the scriptures. And a lot of times we'll read it in the KJV, and to get a breakdown, we'll just go to another translation and read that. And we don't even have to say anything else. Sometimes these other translations hit it on the head so well, we could just read those as a breakdown. Okay? Courteous goodwill. Do honor or credit to by one's presence. Okay, let's see if there's anything more in there. A period. Here we go. Verse 3. I started at 3. Matter of fact, under 2 still said an attractive, polite manner of behaving. Okay? We shouldn't be cussing there. Get on here, kiss my boot, you stupid ass Edomite, blah, 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 blah. You heathen. For some people that's their thing, but oh man. They kiss my feet all they want in the kingdom of heaven. Not all they want, but if I so desire in the kingdom of heaven, when I'm actually ain't gotta, they stand up and they go back to Beverly Hills, and I leave, and I gotta go back to the hood, So that ain't no win for me out here. Okay, because I could talk somebody into kissing my shoe. Nah, that ain't the thing for me. Anyway, I digress. It says, and number 3, in Christian belief, the free and unmerited favor of the Most High, as manifested in the salvation of sinners and the bestowal of blessings, a divinely given talent of behavior. All right. It says a period officially allowed for payment of a sum due to, and this is the grace that we're in Yahweh Shemel Shai, right? A period officially allowed for payment of a sum due or for compliance with the law or condition, especially an extended period granted as a special favor. And the Most High gave us special favor. Okay, a short prayer of thanks said before or after a meal, right? Okay, they call somebody a grace, a certain position. All right, and I think that's the point. I think that hit the point. 2 Corinthians 6th verse. Where is it at? Okay, 2 Corinthians 6 and 3. Giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed. People shouldn't have any offense on you. And then they'd be like, well, any one of them Bible thumping guys, any one of them guys out that stand out there doing that, they was always good, man. They picked up their trash. They didn't leave water bottles and whatever else all around. They didn't cuss people out and always get into fights and all types of crazy contention. They wasn't bringing that, whatever the case may be. People was always messing with them, but they was just out there trying to preach the word, right? There should be nothing ill to say, nothing ill to say about you. Where does it say that at? I'll keep reading this. It says, giving no offense in anything, that the ministry be not blamed, right? But in all things, approving ourselves as the ministers of Yahweh Bashim El Shai, in much patience, in that we're the true pastors of this Bible. All right. It says, in much patience, in afflictions, in necessities, in distresses, in stripes, in imprisonments, in tumults, in labors, in watchings, in fastings, by pureness, by knowledge, by long suffering, by kindness, by the Holy Ghost, by love unfeigned, by the word of truth, by the power of the Most High, by the armor of righteousness on the right hand and on the left, by honor and dishonor, by evil report and good report. And the evil report is people don't like you because of the ministry, okay? And you won't budge, and you're not open-minded, and you're brainwashed, and all these things that they think are negative, but they're positive unto us. I'm so glad I found something that I was chosen, shall I say, excuse me, to believe in something that I have no doubts about. That no matter, in my mind, I don't believe I can be swayed. If I'm going to be persuaded away from it, it'll be by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Lord willing, that don't happen, right? It says, and I believe his word has brainwashed me. Okay, according to Ephesians, the 5th chapter, all right, in the 26th verse, washing of water by the word. Okay. Anyway, continuing on, it says, by evil report and good report. The good report is, you know what? They're diligent. They're consistent. They believe. They must have faith. They treated that person this. They didn't do that. Wow. We can't get them because they won't act up. They won't be niggas about it, right? It says, where am I at now? Yep. And yet true, being as deceivers and yet true, as unknown and yet well known, as dying and behold we live, as chastened and not killed. Right, this is a beautiful list. As sorrowful, and see, Paul needed to come and write these things unto these churches, because he was being an example by going there and breaking it down for them, and then he couldn't always be an example himself, so he would send letters unto people such as Timothy or whatever, that he would be an example and be there for them, to be that example for them. Okay? And so it's tough to just take, Paul's word ain't authoritative. No, man, he was instructing us in the things that guy didn't want to see, that he ain't done. You haven't matured in how to live your regular life in this word. So we don't expect you to want to look into Paul's writings. Paul wasn't breaking down the prophecies as much, okay? It wasn't that they didn't go over those things, but he was teaching them how to have conduct. And that's the bigger thing, how they conducted themselves as a man of the Lord. Yeah, you know that you're the real children of Judah, and Amalek or those that say they are Jews and are not. You understand how to conduct yourself around them without just cussing them out, without going by, I'll suck your stupid ass for trying to, grow up, bro. I got the sticks because I don't have faith, is what you're really saying. Because I'm smart, I'm wise to have a stick on me. You know, when I say stick, y'all know what I mean. Okay, that's in the know. You know, having an assault weapon, having a weapon on you, you don't need that. Okay, not yet. All right. Anyway, moving on. It says, um, yep, as unknown yet well known, as dying, and behold, we live, as chastised and not killed. Right? I'd rather be chastised and still remain alive. As sorrowful yet always rejoicing. Whoa, whoa. Because this life sucks, so we're sorrowful. There's a big killing got to come, and we're sorrowful. Okay? But we rejoice that we have hope, that we can have salvation. As poor and yet many, and making many rich. How? By giving them this word of wisdom, which is the real riches. As having nothing and yet possessing all things. Okay? Breaking it down for you. Okay? The point was that the ministry be not blamed, but these are all positive examples of what we're setting. Okay? We're setting these examples for those that are helping to build this third temple, that are in the church helping to build. They're ready to put the work in, that they're coming to put this work in. Okay? So it's important that you walk a certain way. I'll just go on and say it as a testimony. Not a brother here that I wish, I could say it in front of, but the head brother in our camp, I told her, like, look, I know we live in Vegas and this is one of the most tempting cities ever. I understand to a certain level how to do certain things and how to not living in this town. Not that it can't overtake me. They say the best, the people that drown the most were the best swimmers because they're so confident things could happen unto them. So I'm not trying to say I'm like that, but I knew that, okay, if I need to go out and have a good time, I know how to have a good time without going too far. Without compromising my belief or breaking the laws to the best of my ability. Okay? But more importantly, I said, brother, I'm going to just cut off a lot of that. All that stuff. And it's funny because whatever brothers have seen me do and be around, I doubt it way back. Okay, which is important. I don't want to be a stumbling block to nobody that they don't understand what's happening. But it's in the times that was then, it's not the times that we're in now either. So it's just not a good time to be doing those things either way. Okay, we're a lot closer to the end. Now we can see the goal line from here. Okay. Moving on. 1 Peter 5 and 3. Neither I might as well start up. Yep. 1 Peter 5 and 1. The elders which are among you I exhort, who am also an elder, and a witness of the sufferings of Hamashiach Yahushai, and also a partaker of the glory that shall be revealed. Feed the flock of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, which is among you, right? Taking the oversight thereof, setting yourself as an example, and as you have more spiritual maturity and spiritual age on you, you can guide the flock as they should go, right? Not by constraint, not because you got to, but willingly. So we do this as just a good example of willingly doing this for the flock. Okay? It says, not for filthy lucre, for money or nothing like that, or vainglory, anything like that, but of a ready mind, just because this is the job. This comes with the job, right? Neither as being lords over the Most High's heritage, but being examples to the flock. Okay? I don't want to lord over you and make you do something that I'm not doing, but I want to be an example unto what we shall be doing. And I'm not the best example. I hope brothers are looking to the better examples for certain things, in this church. I'm still looking to those examples as well, trying to strive to be like those better examples in these other areas. Okay? And when the chief shepherd shall appear, ye shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away, right? But see, there's also as the younger man, the example of the younger man as well. Likewise, ye younger, submit yourselves unto the elder. Yea, all of you be subject one to another, being clothed with humility. For the Most High resisteth the proud, and giveth grace unto the humble. Humble yourselves, therefore, under the mighty hand of Yahweh, that he may exalt you in due time. Instead of trying to exalt yourself on a certain level, I'm going to branch off and go do my own thing that I can be the man. if that's on your spirit that heavy, and it, I'm gonna believe in you that you sent to do that. That's great. You know, and you should, but don't let it go to your head. Not because I'm gonna call you out, because we know how Yahweh Bashim Shah resisted the proud. Right? Anyway, it says, casting all your care upon him, for he careth for you. Be sober, vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. Okay, and we have to point these pitfalls out, these landmines out to the younger brothers or the brothers of lesser maturity, a lesser experience. Show them how to navigate this thing, man. That's part of our example. The best example is them to look at you and see how you're moving. Okay? I try to be as close to the line of both of not holier than thou, but also not above doing regular things that men on the earth do. I try to be that line of like, okay, bro, I can talk to this brother because he understand. He do these things too. He's like this. I just try to be myself. But then when I see certain situations, I have no problem explaining what the situation is. If I put it out there to be looked at as an example, I have to be able to explain my actions. Okay? As an example unto the younger men, and that's something that we should all strive to do. And Lord willing, I'll become better at it and wiser at it. Whom resist steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. Yeah, because we're all going through it, bro. We're all going through it. All right? The man that's the elder, he's going through it. Us under them, we're going through it too, man. Why are you going to burden each other with more and more troubles, man? If they're coming to you pointing something out, it's because it needs to be addressed. If it's a situation, where whatever the case may be, the younger man says this or doesn't know that, it's not a burden, bro. It's just just something you're doing to make sure that you edifying that man. That man may be looking towards you for something. Okay? He may see something in you, and he's trying to find out what that thing is that he sees in you that he needs to add to himself. It's the piece of Yahweh Shai that's in you that he's looking to add that piece to himself. Okay? Is he willing to give up his time whenever and just, give me a breakdown? And it ain't necessarily that, but they just think, dang, I need this breakdown now. Most brothers won't call you, to talk to, for a breakdown unless they gotta have it. Like, I gotta have this breakdown like right now. Anybody who got it? Elder, you got it. Brother, you got it. Who got it? Okay, and as an example, we gotta be ready instant in season and out of season to get to that, man. All right? A couple more scriptures I'm gonna close out. Probably like one or so. Yeah, Sirach 37. Yeah, man, this is an excellent chapter. Anyway, I'm gonna try to keep it concise, but I believe I read all the way to the end, and it was just a good chapter. Hopefully it just kind of sticks to this to the meaty part of it, but we'll see what happens to the spirit. Sirach 37:19. There is one that is wise and teacheth many, and yet he is unprofitable to himself. Okay, we got to watch out for that. Okay, that's why if you're the example, if you're the living example of it, you don't become this. If you're thinking about, okay, let me first show that this can be done. I'm doing it. Okay, that's the first teaching lesson. I'm doing it, but how do you do it? Every day. That's how I do it. Okay, how are you able to? Because I do it every day, bro. That's why. All right, or I pray, or I fast, or I do this, or I work, whatever your situation is. Right? It said there is one that showeth wisdom in words and is hated. That's another something we got to be cautious of, making sure you know the breakdowns, but are you an asshole with it, man? Bro, you asking this again, man? It say right here, it's a way that you talk to people. This ain't grace. This ain't how you build up somebody. Oh, bro, oh man, I was just reading over this. I was thinking about this the other day, or matter of fact, it came up, and I haven't been over this in a minute. But let me refresh real quick. And yeah, it takes action, man. You gotta, if a brother need a breakdown, you can't just be like, oh man, forget it, bro. You don't need that breakdown right now. You know what I have to do? Especially if I don't have it immediately fresh off the tip of my tongue. All right, bro, let me look into that. Let me go refresh on it. Let me go read on it. Pick it up. Where was you picking this up from? Over here? Okay, let me put that with it. Let me put what I know with it, and I'll be back. Give me a little bit, I'll be right back with it, bro. Okay? And however long that takes. If I read, 2 days pass, and I ask another brother, and he finally able to get back to me, and he give me the real breakdown, and how it should go. Boom, got you. Yeah, that's what I had. Just double checking. Boom. I'm gonna give it to a younger brother for him to get it. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, con. All right. And is hated. He shall be destitute of all food, for grace is not given from for grace is not given him from the Lord, because he is deprived of all wisdom. Another is wise to himself, and the fruits of understanding are commendable in his mouth. This is a good example. Why? Because he's being that example also. Dang, how do you do it? Well, I do it every day, bro. That's how. Yeah, when a brother tells you, how are you, ask you how you're getting, dang, bro, I see you making a change, bro. What have you been doing? I've been doing this, bro. I've been doing that. I've been taking this. I've been taking that. And I use it like this, blah, 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 blah. You're like, dang, that's the good example, right? It says, a wise man instructed his people, and the fruits of his understanding fail not. Yep, I think that was the point there in 22. Okay, so yeah, Lord willing, this was edifying. This is about being an example. We must be examples with our conduct, not just with our words. Okay, but how the next man looks upon us. It's not that we care about how men look at us, but we do care that when men look upon us, they see that we're. Matter of fact, I got one more, Salakia. All right, First Thessalonians, and I'm gonna close on this one. Lord willing, let the Spirit give me more, but. First Thessalonians 5, I'll start at verse 14. Now we exhort you, brethren, warn them that are unruly. This is part of the example. When the brother's kind of going off, and you kind of see it, you gotta speak up. You gotta be your brother's keeper and try to get him back on track, right? Comfort the feeble-minded, support the weak, be patient toward all men. Okay, another example chapter going into different examples, right? It says that we should be following or not following, right? It says, see that none render evil for evil unto any man, but follow. But if we believer to believer, we don't have to recompense tribulation unto them like that. Okay, sometimes you do got to turn the other cheek and give that man what do you say those offenses. It's okay, because he got to make it right, and you just try to make it easier for him to turn from that. Okay, to see your perspective on it. Render not evil for evil unto any man, but ever follow that which is good, both among yourselves and to all men. Okay, the Edomite at work, because he ate the last donut, I ain't gonna go cuss him out and shake his soda up in the refrigerator, and hope it open up on his work shirt. Man, I ain't tripping, bro. I've walked in there and seen, potluck day or whatever the case may be, just hypothetically saying it, and I watched somebody eat the last few pieces, and when I went back to get it, they was finishing off the last one. And I'm like, oh, he was able to get something good. Why be bugged out about it? Man, this dude ate up all. We wasn't even, who cares? Who cares? Do you think they gonna be mad at you like that? Are you gonna be mad at them like that when the Lord bless you with food? When there is no food in the middle of a famine? When he feeds his servants, but they shall be hungry? Okay? It's a balance to this thing. It says now, 16, rejoice evermore, pray without ceasing. Okay, in everything give thanks, for this is the will of Yahweh in Hamashiach Yahushai concerning you. Okay, that's the will that we're to do. Give thanks in everything. Quench not the spirit. despise not prophesying, prove all things, hold fast that which is good. And here's the point here: abstain from all appearances of evil. So that example you set isn't looked at like that could possibly be taken as a negative way. I'm trying to be mindful, like even here, even though I know the lawful ways to be entertained here in a place that they will nickname Sin City. I'm not gonna show these other younger men or any other men, for that matter. I'm not. If they ask me some particular, I'll give them the answer if I know it. But I'm not just gonna go out there setting an example, just be out there. Well, this brother Shaquata, oh, he out there getting it in. But the Sabbath is coming in. Yeah, he say he be done right on time. Yeah, come on, man. I'm not gonna set the example to younger men like that. That's just not my thing anymore. It was different when it was just me, it was just another brother that was when it was just us that understood. Okay, now, like I said, as well as the times not being what they used to be. Okay, when I was learning it. All right. Anyway, and the very power Yahweh of peace sanctify you wholly, and pray Yahweh your whole spirit and soul and body be preserved blameless unto the coming of our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Okay. Faithful is he that calleth you, who also will do it. All right. I mean, it's giving you the full example. Okay. Brethren, pray for us. Greet all the brethren with an holy kiss. Okay. I mean, tongue him down, bro. That means do the manly thing, getting the big brother shake, the I love you hug. You know what I'm saying? And touch cheeks, bro. It's okay. Not cheeks like that. Your face. Oh, man. Anyway, so I charge you, and it's just being real. Just, you really have affection for somebody. You're not going to be repulsed and want to push them off. You ain't going to be prideful. I'm happy to see you, bro. Come close, man. Stay close with me, bro. I love you. Salakia. If I haven't, reached out, whatever the case may be. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, so that's the point. I think the point's been made. Being an example unto the flock, man, it's a beautiful thing if you have understanding and being able to look around and see the examples from the flock or from the fellow believers in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. Seeing the peace of Yahweh Shai and being that zeal you came in with, seeing their zeal on fire the same way. Okay. Also, that endurance that it takes to run this race, hey, they're showing them how to get that, how to do that, how to conduct themselves, being vicariously going through your situations, that your pitfalls, that they don't have to go through them, passing those things down. Okay, but being that example, and it doesn't have to be with words, man. That visual example, right, of a fellow believer in Yahweh Bashim Yahshua. So Lord willing, this was edifying. Until the next one, Shalom.